Hey everybody, it's Richard S. at Richard's Vinyl Taphouse. Happy Saturday, the last Saturday of June. Thought I would do kind of a run through some of the things that have come in and picked up over the month. We've got some VCLT, some old, soon-to-be classics to me, and a whole lot of other pickups. So let's jump right into it. VCLT, thank you Chris Mann over in Wales for getting me hooked on Stereophonics a little bit. This is the new one. Make 'em laugh, make 'em cry, make 'em wait. Special edition that he picked up for me and shipped over here from Wales. Stereophonics are kind of relatively new to me, even though they've been around for quite some time. Pink vinyl, very spiffy. Chris got me to kind of like start exploring Stereophonics a little bit, and I picked up a box set a couple months ago, and my computer went out. There we go. And got into them. He was like, oh, I have to send you this album. So he sent me the new one. It is really different. It was less, shall I say, rock focused than I was expecting. Kind of a toned down version of Stereophonics, but you know, I'm liking it. I'm loving it. This is a great Sunday morning album for me, and that's pretty much what it's been spinning for. My Sunday morning wake up album. Lead singer described it as very concise, very compact, and very melodic, and that is very accurate. Compact because it clocks in just under 30 minutes, so it's quite a short album. I can't say any particular tracks stand out to me, but it is definitely a welcome addition to the collection, and thank you, Chris, for shipping that out to me. I appreciate that a whole lot. You are awesome. Other newbie for me this month was a long anticipated album from Turnstile called Never Enough. Their last album, Glow On, was probably my favorite album back when it was released a few years ago. It was hard to find on vinyl, but I finally did. This one, a little bit easier to find, but Turnstile are kind of, let's say, mellow hardcore, if that makes any sense at all. They're kind of stylistically all over the map, ranging from, you know, hardcore punk with, you know, bouncing up and down type thing. Birthday concerts could be a mosh pit mayhem, to like, you know, slower introspective pieces. It's as good as Glow On. It's growing on me slowly. Right now, I don't think it's nearly as good as Glow On, but it is definitely, you know, a contender for being in the top 10 for me for this year. Good album, good effort from Turnstile. Check that out. You know, it was bound to happen. I got another Dope Lemon album. This is their newest one, or his newest one, because it's solo. Dope Lemon's Golden Wolf. So Golden Wolf album came out a couple of months ago. So this is 2025 Dope Lemon. That is pretty much sums up the feel of this album. It's very summery. It's very, I mean, it's kind of psychedelic influence, but to me, it just screams laid back, sitting on the deck, having a brew, enjoying the view of just, you know, the lay of the land. Really good album. Still growing on me because it's still pretty new to me, but Dope Lemon have been my summer obsession for reasons, who knows. This one I was really late to the game on. I only recently picked it up. This is the newest one from Bedroom called Microtonic. It came out earlier, like February-ish, maybe March, and I streamed it a few times, and it wasn't grabbing me because it's not nearly as shoegazy as their previous efforts. Excuse me. They're moving kind of a more electronica bass sound, so it's a little bit more mellow and just, you know, viscerally different. The soundscapes are just not what they were, but it's another growing on me album. It might take me a while, but yeah, new one from Bedroom. Is that on vinyl. No, not on colored vinyl. Dope Lemon was on golden vinyl. I didn't show you that. I'm sorry. A couple of not VCLT, YouTube influenced pickups. One on CD because for reasons. Anyway, this is Shame HMS Fable. Wow. Gav Axeman Spins has showed this a few times on his channel, and I just felt like it was something I really needed to check out. This came out in 1999. Nice little booklet with lyrics, and what lyrics they are. This is a very deep album, kind of exploring, life in the throes of addiction, if you will. So it's a rather dark album lyrically, but it's almost like reading a novel where you can just picture what's going on throughout it. Musically stunning. I can't even begin to describe how this has grabbed me. Emotionally, it grabs, it doesn't let go. It's not particularly, it doesn't evoke sadness too much, but it's just a beautifully produced album. Shaq's third album. I'm actually going to start looking into more of their material, and I might even jump down the road of trying to find this on vinyl. I think it got a reissue, or it was not Record Store Day, but Vinyl Day release for the UK. So it's a little tricky to find, but I definitely am loving that one. Mike over at Vinyl Spiral has me kind of checking out some of these things from Bob Stanley and Pete Wiggs. I had no idea what these were. He was explaining this one is called Winter of Discontent, and it's very theme-based album around a pretty challenging time in UK history in the, was it 70s? I believe it's the 70s. Yeah, late 70s, when the UK was going through a lot of political turmoil and strikes and craziness, but a very thematic album. Tons of reading material to indulge in as you listen to this one. Bands this is kind of a hodgepodge of bands that are familiar and also not. The Meekins, an early Meekins song is on here, called Where Were You? It's so good. There is Gritty Politi on here. The Fall is on here. Television Personalities are on here, but still, it's a double album of well-curated, I'll call it, a well-curated compilation, and they have done several others that I'm streaming and engaging with to see if there's other things I would like to pick up of this series. Good stuff. Mike Vinyl Spiral. Dude, you're getting me in trouble with records. Delta 5, early punk-ish, pop-ish, female-fronted group. They were very short history, but he recommended this one as a collection of their singles and other songs. They did not have a very long, lifespan in their career. But this is really good. It's edgy, and it has sort of an urgency to it that, I kind of get like a female-fronted version of early Wire. It has that sort of Pink Flag feel to it, Gang of Four type feel. I really am enjoying this one. So thank you, Mike Vinyl Spiral, for getting me into those. The last few are some kind of bargain pickups, I guess. You've seen me show HSAS Through the Fire before, but finally found a Quiet version of this, which is only available as a promo copy. Found it on eBay for a decent price. I've had my eye on this one for a long time. This is one of my favorite Sammy Hagar projects. Did this with Neil Schon, Kenny Aronson, and Michael Shreve. So it's sort of a super group one-off. Recorded live, but with a ton of overdubs, but it's such a solid album. The Quiet vinyl piece is it's a type of pressing that it, borderline audiophile. And does it make a huge difference on this one? I don't know. I mean, jury's kind of out. I've played it a few times. I'm impressed. But yeah, I've wanted this for a while. So now this is like my third, if not fourth copy of HSAS. I've been through a lot of those because it's that good. A couple of other finds. I've wanted Morrissey's Your Arsenal on vinyl forever. This is what I call sort of the rockabilly album from Morrissey. It is so good, and I keep forgetting how, I'm not going to say underrated. It came out, it did really well. And what's on here? You're going to Need Someone on Your Side. It's just a rollicking song. Glamorous Glue is on here. We Hate It When Our Friends Become Successful. It's a pretty big song for Morrissey. So yeah, I wanted this one on vinyl forever. It just kind of eluded me, and I found a good deal on it. Why not? Last but not least, now, we're familiar with the Cult's Electric, but there's a double album version of it called Electric Peace, where the first album is the Electric that we're all familiar with and love. The second album is kind of the original version of Electric that I think was originally going to be called Peace. Different production. This is the Rick Rubin version. This sounds more like Love Volume 2, where it's very spacey and, it has a lot of, it's just dialed down quite a bit. Different track listing on album 2. It has a couple of, I don't know if they're B-sides, but throwback older songs like Groove Company and Zap City are on the Peace version of this one. I like elements of this one, and I absolutely love this one. So I've had this package on the CD for some time, but really wanted to see if it did anything different on vinyl. I can't really say it does, but it's really good. Those are the 10, count them, 10 new additions to the Taphouse collection. And we'll see you again, I guess, in July. I'm going to really try to dial back on buying records and maybe spend more time with all of these that I already have. So that might be a focus for next month. But we'll see you in July, and we'll see where things go. Take care. Be kind. Have a good one. Bye.